And I am here because I want to shift this paradigm for folks like ourselves to gain the access to be able to get around and have our true independence to live our life to the fullest.
Always such a difficult thing where you'd have to schedule multiple rides sometimes just to make sure you weren't left behind.
Everyone will be in our situation someday. And my question to those people, how do you want to be treated? Do you want your rights stripped away? Do you want to face these barriers just because you age into your disability? Because that's what's going to happen if we don't change the system now.
20% of the population has a disability and 80% of the population will become disabled. So it's a service that will only be required more. I mean, disability benefits benefit everybody.
We also need to dream big. I wish that we wouldn't have to think and pray and hope that there would be accessible transportation or accessible vehicles, but that all vehicles were accessible. Mothers with strollers would be like, oh, when I call them, they're gonna have a space for my stroller. Or, elderly people, oh, I can use this because I can actually use the ramp to get on, So that's what I'm hoping. I know we're far away from that, but that's why it's so important.
Universal design.
Yes, that's you took the words right out of my mind. That's why it's so important to really be intentional about universal design.
If you're going to design, you bring that design for all, that equity lens and the people to the table right away, because we all know disability can happen to anyone at any moment and any time. You're gonna age into it or you're gonna become disabled through an accident. And so anybody needs these services. And we're tired of the system looking at us as others, right? That's another problem I have to deal with. That's another issue on the table. We are not the other. We are you, but you don't see it like that because you're able to walk today.
The social impact of transportation is something that we can never downplay. I remember when I first got injured, I was just in the house all day. It wasn't until I was able to have transportation that the whole new world just opened up for me. Being able to see that I can be a productive member of society, I can have a career, I can have relationships. So when it comes to transportation, if you build for us, you know it's going to be inclusive for everyone.
Transportation to me is freedom. I'm free to go where I want to go, when I want to go. If you're stuck, you get depressed. Being able to go out later on in the evening and get home and go to the after party. Everybody wants to go have a good time.
Transportation for me is so very important, not only professionally to be able to get to where you have to be at professionally, but also socially. Spending time with family and not being a burden to family. I know that our family doesn't think of us as being a burden, but we don't want that feeling on them, Transportation is so important to be able to live a healthy, sustainable life.